Greek politicians' last-minute agreement on fresh austerity plans hasn't exactly been greeted with open arms. A 48-hour strike has been called by the country's two major labor unions, and Eurozone member states say they will put even more conditions on Greece before handing over a second bailout. After a struggle, Athens did manage to broker a multi-party austerity deal which has been demanded by creditors. It was in place just a matter of hours before Euro ministers met in Brussels, but they are still unhappy and unwilling to hand over 130 billion euros. The Greek parliament now has to pass a package of cuts and reforms by Sunday. The journalist Stylianos Chrysostomidis says the situation in the country is deteriorating and the consequences could be dangerous.
What we get from all these measures, if we avoid default, then we are in the situation where we have to face slow death from starvation in Greece. The situation in Greece is extreme at the moment. We have children fainting in their school because they don't have proper breakfast and because they don't have enough food. So you realize that the situation is getting worse and worse. We have a lot of people, as I told you, that they are hungry at the moment. First of all, they demand elections, I have to tell you. Here and now, they want elections, they want the situation to be changed. Second, they have been wondering whose recipe are we following at the moment in Greece, the Greek government. The recipe comes from the IMF, and the recipe simply doesn't work. It's going to fail. It's obvious. The Troika gives the main orders, and you know that we get worse and worse in the last 2 years. So, as they say, and I agree with them, it's easier to see the sun tomorrow rise from the west than to see all these orders and all these measures bring us to growth and bring us back to normal life.
Robert Ould, chair of the London-based think tank Bruges Group, believes that it's the European currency itself pushing Greece to the edge.
Greece is in severe economic difficulties and it's failed to meet many of the targets that the Eurozone and the IMF has set it for what it has to do in terms of to be able to reform its finances, to be able to pay back some of the debts that it's owed. That has been largely caused by issues to do with the euro itself and the problem that the euro creates and how it makes the Greek economy uncompetitive. So basically Greece cannot survive while it is in the euro, and the more austerity measures which are being forced upon it will just hurt the Greek economy even further. Wages have been cut by 30% on average in Greece. Pensions are being cut. People are finding it very hard to survive because of the result of the austerity measures and the problems caused by the euro. And what they're doing at the moment is just throwing more money at the problem and really putting back the day when Greece will have to default and will have to leave the euro.